show them skills. Yeah.
I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheels. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving that soul to chill. My dream the cold is chill. So it's treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, let's go. Get first off the edge like I don't know no fear. See that pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, wait before the deal.
Yeah. 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 Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Hat on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No.
Well, Coach, no precipitation to speak of, but still a very chilly December day in Philly. Winter coats and hot chocolate abound here at Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Dallas Cowboys. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second. Down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Tackle. Kill. Mike by 5.
Hey, exit.
Mike by 5.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. Check hot route.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They go play action here on first down. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
27.
To throw again on second down. Prescott. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
Third and long.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's third and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's fourth down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. This Philly offense set to go. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
We ain't giving up 82. Hey, Haywood.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the screen.
Wentz going to throw. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Check it back.
On first down, here's Breida. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Jalen Smith, who took a huge step forward last year, in on the tackle for Dallas.
Tight down. There you go. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
This is Jackson on the quick throw from Wentz. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Cowboys and Eagles, of course, such a great rivalry. Last year, the Cowboys got the better of the Eagles both times that they met, with Philly coming off their Super Bowl title. But in weeks 10 and 14, it was Dallas beating Philly by a single possession.
Watch safety creeping.
Now it's Breida. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Hey, box truck.
55, Mike. You ain't going nowhere. Mike, 55.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
X3, 218, chopper.
Check.
Hey, high 7.
Mike, 55. Mike.
They kill. They 4-2 kill.
You got it, son. 55.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
You don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Prescott. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Here's Jackson to return. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Sunday. Check right. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Hey, Charlie.
Yo. Mike 55. Check 55, Mike.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Man 5-7. Hey, orbit.
55, Mike, guys, 55. Let him know.
Shotgun now for Wentz. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
At the 27-yard line.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Sponge, no.
Hey.
Here we go, 47. 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Take four.
Lefty. Kill.
Mike.
We own it.
55, Mike, 55.
Bravo.
Ain't no such thing.
They run with Breida. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Prescott. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nigel Bradham able to record his 5th sack of the season. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Given 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. The Eagles on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Breida. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Matt Breida, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay,
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 26 yards. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. From the 16, Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first. Forbath, the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
55. Go.
To throw is Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Throwing is Wentz. That one caught by Gibson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, red 5-2, out here. Hey, Alpha.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. All day.
Here's Wentz to throw. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now Wentz on 3rd down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Nice 50, nice 50. Here we go, D. Wide, get wide.
Final play of the half. Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They go to Elliott again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that will get him one closer. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Too little, got tight. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Joker, 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 joker. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Hatch it, hatch it.
Here's Breida. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
180. 55.
We're good, we're good.
Mike 55, Mike
57, 57.
Now a give to Breida. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On the handoff, this is Breida. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he carry his team to enough victories? Can he put them in a spot where we say to ourselves, well, an MVP carries his team to the playoffs. That's what he's going to need in order to get that award.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Go. 280!
Hey, eat. Hey, let's get in that hole. Alert 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Get ready. Mike, 55.
Now Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch the safety, Chris.
Hey, kill.
Mike 50.
We're going to 54. 180.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games for the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Forbath, the extra point, and that will shave 1 more off this lead. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Wentz now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And an alley to run. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They run again with Breida. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
From the gun on 3rd down. Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Check, 55 to Mike. Check.
Hey, kill.
Here we go, D, get up.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 55, Mike 55. I got you.
Flag.
I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. You won't get this. You're all
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 4th-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. A first down carry by Elliott. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Jim. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Hey, 47.
50's to Mike. 50 looks more. So don't say nothing.
Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. And the pressure gets to him again. Jannard Avery make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Third and long for Prescott. Got some real estate inside the 30. Got his man there complete to Gallup. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Hey, exit. Watching you cry.
Throwing now is Wentz. This is brought in by Gibson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Sunday.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Check. Outside, solid.
That's caught by Jackson. A gain of 22. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Malcolm Smith there for the stop.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here we go. 180.
Mike. Here we go. Back. Switch.
Quick dance. Go.
Shit.
They'll toss it to Breida. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Elliott puts this one through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He's back to throw. Complete to Jason Witten. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Boy, you got to think that having the 37-year-old veteran Jason Witten back at tight end is going to be great for Dak Prescott for plays just like that. And you think to last year when Witten wasn't there, it was kind of a rotating carousel. They had Blake Jarwin, Jeff Swaim, Rico Gathers, Dalton Schultz. But Witten back out there and doing his thing again. Back to throw. And that's Elliott, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
He's going to find Gallup here, complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Eagles' 30-yard line.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now it all rests on the foot of Kai Forbath. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So now it all rests on the foot of Kai Forbath. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And it'll be a good time at Big D tonight. The Cowboys